There's one in library.
Yeah, it's runway. Runway's I can't mark her. Oh, running down the middle. There's two of them there. I'm probably dead right here. I'm fucking dude. They're all in the house, all of them. On the other side, yeah, on the side that Corey's looking at. Yes, sir.
Fuck, they're all like one tap.
All enemies.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
there you
fucking
go.
punch!
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Juke gameplay, and today we're going to give our final thoughts on the newest addition to Rogue Company, Juke. So let's head over and check it out. So Juke is the newest character added to Rogue Company, and I think that she's a very interesting addition into the game itself. I think that there is a lot good with Juke, but there's also a lot bad with Juke, and I think that there's a lot of missed opportunities specifically with Juke herself. So Juke has a speed of 3 and a toughness of 3, so it puts her up there with Ronin as far as being balanced around the speed and toughness, and she feels very good in that niche that they've got her slotted into. They do have her as a defender role, which is questionable as if she actually is a defender. Her main ability is the laser defense drone, so she can throw the drones out and it does damage over time. Her passive is the Juke boots, and I've already discussed the Juke boots. So if we swap over to her weapons and gadgets, she has access to a new SMG called the Ibex. She also has access to the Warrant pistol, which is a fantastic pistol. She has the Reflector, which is a new gadget, and the Impact Grenade, which is a new gadget. So the Ibex felt really, really good whenever Juke was first released, like very good. And then with that recent patch that came out, it feels like they did something to the Ibex behind the scenes. And I don't know this for sure. I can't confirm this whatsoever, but it honest to God feels like that they did some kind of nerf to it behind the scenes, because it's just not doing what it did upon initial release. The Reflector is what the Reflector is. It is a gigantic missed opportunity and a way to actually be something very, very good and very, very unique. And the developers found any way that they possibly could to turn it into a giant bucket of cheese. It feels so bad getting thrown around the map whenever you're playing against someone that's using this thing. Not to mention that you can fire it through cover. Where it is successful is when it actually does what I feel like it was intended for. Impact grenades. The impact grenades has been a kind of a point of contention whenever you look at like Reddit and places like that, because some people really like the impact grenades, some people really dislike the impact grenades. Me personally, I think the impact grenades, the Ibex, and her ability and passive ability work very, very good. There's a very good symmetry there. Too bad weapon mastery exists. Like, that's all I'm going to say about that. If you put the impact grenade with the Ibex, with her ability, with her passive ability to be able to get around the map like she does, it feels like there's some symmetry there. It feels like it flows very, very good, because you're able to get the impact grenade out. You're able to do a decent amount of damage, but you're going to be able to use that opportunity when they take damage to actually push with the Juke boots, throw out some of those turrets to get a little bit more additional tick damage on them to kind of distract the person, and move into them and use that as a way to capitalize on what is going on here. With weapon mastery introduced into the game, you can basically do all that, but better, because the Ibex is not the best SMG in the game. It makes her almost completely OP whenever you put something like the LMPX or the Knight or even the Objection at that close range in her hands. It feels very unfair. So weapon mastery kind of takes all that symmetry and all that motion that they put into effect for this character and just throws it completely out the window and makes it almost completely broken. All in all, I think that Juke is a very interesting character that they have released. I think that there's a lot of good about Juke, and I think that there's a lot of bad about Juke. The good about Juke is the fact that, like, they develop and design this character that is a defender, but she can be successful in literally every single role except for one that I've found so far. She's a really, really good breacher. She's a really, really good defender. She's a really, really good intel character with her drones. The only thing that she's not as successful as other rogues is being a support rogue, because she has no perks that allow her to actually get in and heal people any faster than that default revive speed. So she fills pretty much every niche in the game except for one specific niche, which you can still be successful at using Juke in that way. It's just going to take a little bit longer, and she's just not going to be as good at it as some people. The bad is they released this character when they full released the game. When they released the draft pick system for ranked, we really didn't need another defender at this time. We really didn't need another breacher. We really didn't need anything other than a support character. They really needed to take this opportunity to release a actual legitimately new support. I'm sorry, but Seeker's not a support. I'm sorry, but Runway's not a support. Neither one of those characters are supports. Juke could have filled that niche. Also, speaking of that, they could have broken her passive and active abilities up, and they could have made two characters out of this by giving the Juke boots as an active ability for another character, and then given a passive ability to that character that would work hand in hand with the Juke boots. And same thing goes for the drones. I feel like the drones could have been an ability for somebody else. They could have gave them a different passive ability to make those drones more successful or more crucial to that character's identity. And they could have released two characters out of this one character. All in all, Juke is an okay character. I think that she's fun to play with. She's fun to play against. But there are some weird issues whenever you are playing her. I don't like the fact that if you Juke dash into any type of cover, you stop until the animation's over, and then you get put into a auto vault animation. That feels bad. One thing that I also hate that I've noticed a ton here lately is the fact that like you juke boot, and then you like stutter back just a little bit. It's like the servers don't know how to keep up with how she's moving around the map. They're not used to someone moving this quickly around the map and this abruptly. Whenever you trigger Lancer's ability, you have that moment where it goes in. You have that moment where you can initially hit the ground running, and then the game is able to know what you're doing. Whenever you're juke booting around, it's so abrupt that it feels like the servers just don't know how to fucking handle it. So they just like, they struggle with it. And most importantly, I think that they need to fix some of the issues where Juke is able to access certain parts of the map that I don't think that she's fully intended to access. I know that when they release the character, they're like, oh, she's going to access all new parts of the map. And then now you've got her on top of buildings that she probably shouldn't be on. You've got her on top of cover, on top of skyboxes in certain maps that she should definitely not be on. And she's just wreaking havoc on people. Go look at any of Donnie's videos that have Juke in them. He can get in the craziest places with this character and do some of the craziest things with it. And I really don't think that that stuff is intended. But my final thoughts on Juke, if I had to give her a score out of 1 to 10, I would probably give her a 5 right now. I feel like there's tons of missed opportunities. There's tons of issues with the character, but I think that she is really good and really successful at being able to flex into multiple roles. And I really like that aesthetic for this character specifically. That way that you can flex, especially since you can't change your character at halftime any longer. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on Jukes? What would you rate Juke on a scale of 1 to 10? Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button down below to become one of the 256 crew members. And then also on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by there and say hello. Thanks for watching, guys.